Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. I'm going to share my screen and hopefully we can get on with this presentation. I hope you're having a great day. So yeah, I'm going to allow a couple of minutes just for a few other people to join us, and then we'll get started. I'm going to time myself as well so that I don't go over a little bit, but hope you're having a great couple of days. Thank you so much to TTG for doing this fantastic event, and I'm looking forward to talking to you about all things Intrepid. So I might as well get started and introduce myself. So just in case you don't know me, my name is Carrie Day, and I'm the Industry Sales Manager for Intrepid Travel. I am based in Ireland, hence the accent. So if you need to contact me, you can do that by email, but you can also phone me as well, or you can WhatsApp me or whatever, text me, whatever you need to do. So you can obviously see me on your screen, but just in case, you can have a look at this picture that was taken on our Explore Northern Thailand itinerary, which is one of my favorite trips that I've done. So we'll get straight into it. For anybody who's new to selling Intrepid, we are all about small groups, big adventures, and sustainable travel. So I'm going to talk about each of those points in a little bit more detail. So we have small groups, really small groups, and they're absolutely fantastic. They mean that we have a huge amount of flexibility when it comes to what we do on the trips. So on average, there'll be about 10 like-minded travelers in a group. The maximum group size for most of our tours is 12, but some of the slightly more popular itineraries will be a maximum of 16. But like I said, you can expect on average about 10 like-minded travelers in a group. So having these small groups is really great. It means that we have flexibility to go places that those bigger groups can't go to. We can also stay in smaller family-run hotels. We can eat in local restaurants so that the money that you're spending on the trip or your customers are spending on the trip is constantly going back into the local economy, and it's constantly supporting those local businesses, which is really, really important for us. And it also means then as well that the leader has lots of time to answer any questions, accommodate any special interests. So maybe your customers want to do a certain thing. They want to go kayaking in a certain place, or they might have a restaurant that they want to visit while they're at a certain destination. So of course, our leader is able to help that. So they're not stuck in a big group of 40 or 50 people. It's going to be a nice small group, and it's a nice intimate feel as well. So in case you have any solo customers make up over 50% of our customers. And of these, 60% are females. So solo travelers really do love traveling with small groups, and they love traveling with Intrepid. So for anybody who does have a solo customer, if they're happy to share with somebody of the same gender, then that's absolutely fine. They can do that, and they just pay the regular pricing. But of course, if you have somebody who's maybe not too comfortable doing that, especially post-pandemic, they might want to have their own room. There are small single supplements available that you can offer to your customers as well. And we have local leaders as well. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you will have a fantastic local leader. And this really is something that sets us apart from some of the other tour companies out there. The leaders are so passionate. They're just so knowledgeable. They just love their country so much. They really want you and your customers to fall in love with their country as well. And they really do have amazing, unbeatable value when it comes to local knowledge. And there'll be lots of times when there'll be free time, and they'll be able to give some amazing ideas of things to do. So maybe they might be able to suggest a cafe that has some great live music for after dinner, or places to go souvenir shopping where they're not going to get ripped off, perhaps. So they'll be able to give lots of great ideas for when there is that free time. And getting from A to B couldn't be any easier when you're traveling with a local. And of course, I've already mentioned that we are the world's leading small group sustainable tour company. I'm really happy to let you know that we are the world's largest travel B Corp in the world. So B Corp is a not-for-profit organization, and it basically holds companies accountable. So we balance our purpose with our profits, and we do try to do our best to give back to local communities and different things like that. And I'm really happy to let you know that we have been carbon neutral since 2010, and all of our tours are carbon offset using the highest quality carbon credits as well. We've banned all single-use plastics on our adventure cruises and our polar expeditions, and we do try to limit the amount of single-use plastics on our trips as well. As you can see in the image in front of you, we do usually try and give people some lovely reusable tote bags so that they're not taking plastic bags when they go into a shop. And as well, I'm really happy to let you know that Intrepid were the very first tour company to ban elephant riding on all of our tours in 2014. And luckily, since we did that, a lot of our fellow tour companies out there decided to follow suit. So we're leading the way when it comes to different things like that. And lastly, then we have the Intrepid Foundation, which is the charitable arm of Intrepid Travel, and was set up in 2002. And we've contributed over £5.6 million, or €6.4 million if you're one of our Irish customers, to over 130 charities and organizations around the world. And on a lot of our tours, especially in Southeast Asia, you'll actually get the chance to go and visit some of these charities, and you and your customers will be able to see where the money that they've spent on that tour is going and who it's helping. So it's a really good feel-good factor as well on a lot of our trips. So you might be wondering, well, where do Intrepid offer trips? And the answer is pretty much everywhere. Anywhere that's colored in on this map is where we travel to. So we have over 1,000 itineraries in over 120 countries on 7 continents. So there really is something out there for absolutely everybody. And you're probably wondering, well, what kinds of tours do you have? Is it all active? And the answer is no. We do, of course, have our active walking and trekking and our cycling trips. And these are very, very popular, especially during the pandemic. I think a lot of people have gotten out and they've been cycling and hiking in their local areas. And that's what they want to do now when they're traveling. So maybe they want to do Everest Base Camp, or they want to do Kilimanjaro, or even the Inca Trail, something like that. We've got a tour to suit them. So like I said, these are very popular, but not all of our tours are as active as those ones, I promise you. So in case anybody's not too familiar with Intrepid, our average age is about 45, so it's a little bit higher than people tend to think. So you'll be happy to hear that we do have our 18 to 29 trips. So for anybody who's lucky enough to fall into that age bracket, I unfortunately am not, but they can travel with other people of the same age if they want to. We also have our family tours as well, so minimum age is 5 on the family tours. Our food trips, they kind of speak for themselves. And we'll also probably be happy to hear that we have our new UK trips as well, and our European retreats as well. So slightly different to what we usually offer. But if anybody's interested in asking any questions, or you want more information about the UK trips, please do get in touch. More than happy to talk about that. And then, of course, we do have our fantastic polar offerings. So we have Antarctica and the Arctic. We have our sailing trips, our adventure cruises, and last but not least, we have Urban Adventures, which is our sister company offering day tours in most major cities around the world. I have a lot to get through, so I'm trying to speed through as quickly as I can. We also have 4 fantastic trip styles to choose from. So we have everything from 2-star to 4 and 4.5 star now. So we'll start with basics. So this is, as it says on the tin, it's simple, comfortable accommodation, local transportation, and lots of free time for independent travelers. We then have original style, which is, as the name suggests, it's the original style that we started with at Intrepid. So it has a really good balance between included activities and free time, and you can expect about 2.5 to 3-star accommodation on the original style trips. Moving on to comfort then, approximately 3 to 3.5 star accommodation on the comfort trips, a lot more inclusions, more meals included as well, and that's slightly nicer accommodation. And then you may have seen in March of this year, we released our brand new style of travel, Intrepid Premium, which is our highest level of accommodation and service offering to date. So accommodation will be approximately 4 to 4.5 star accommodation, lots of amazing features, lots of amazing experiences, and of course, our most experienced and knowledgeable leaders as well. And I want to let you know very quickly that we do have a fantastic tailor-made team who will be able to put together any of these itineraries or a completely bespoke itinerary if your customers maybe don't feel comfortable joining a regular scheduled departure. Maybe they want to travel in their bubble with their family or some close friends, and they'd like to do a similar tour. Then you can get in touch with Intrepid's tailor-made team at tailormadeuk@intrepidtravel.com. So just to let you guys know, we do own and operate about 80% of our own DMCs around the world. So I just wanted to show you a quick map and you can see where we actually have them. And of course, this means for our tailor-made team that we can get really fantastic prices back. We've got great connections with local suppliers, and we can get those back to you in quite a timely manner as well, which is always nice. And then I'll let you know very quickly about vaccines and testing. So we do require our customers now to either have proof of a COVID-19 vaccination or a negative COVID-19 test, which has been done no more than 72 hours prior to day 1 of the trip, or proof of recovery documentation. So of course, if they do need any help with any of those COVID-19 PCR tests, we have teamed up with a few of the companies in the UK, so the likes of Randox, Cured, and Express Tests. So we have all of the information on our website, and it's just on our COVID-19 hub, and you can find the URL or the link at the bottom of the screen. So if you have any questions about that, I'm more than happy to answer them. But like I said, all the information is over on our website. And then to let you know very quickly that we have an amazing flexible booking policy. So if you cancel or your customer cancels a trip 21 days or more prior to departure, then we're going to hold the deposit as a lifetime credit. If they're canceling 20 days or fewer prior to departure, then we'll hold 50% of the monies paid as a credit, but we will also retain the remaining 50%. But of course, if they're canceling because they have COVID or flu-like symptoms and they've got a medical certificate, then we'll keep 100% of the money that they've paid as a credit to be used on any trip at any time. It doesn't have to be the same trip. So sadly, if we have to cancel a trip, then we'll give you the choice of either having 110% credit of all the money paid on the trip, again, with no expiration date, or your customers can have a full refund. So I think that's pretty important to let you guys know. So why you should book with Intrepid? We love working with the trade. We love working with travel agents. We have 100% price parity. Pay amazing commission as well. We really low phone and live chat wait time, so it's currently less than 1 minute, which is pretty good. I post daily flight inclusive offers from 8 regional airports across the UK and Ireland on our Facebook group, which is Intrepid Loves Agents. So please, please, please join it, and you can get daily offers there. We also have an amazing asset library with images and videos that we can share with you guys, and you can share with your customers to inspire them. And we do also have some amazing fam trips coming up, so you'll hear all about them on the Intrepid Loves Agents Facebook group. And then lastly, our agent discounts. So we give 50% discounts to agents if you're booking within 60 days of travel, 40% discount when you're booking outside of 60 days, or a 20% companion discount. So pretty great discounts there. Get in touch. More than happy to help you out. And lastly, I want to remind you, don't forget, you need to save the date. National Travel Agent Day 2021 will be happening on the 23rd of July. Lots of amazing things happening, lots of amazing things planned. So do save that date. It's a Friday. It's going to be an amazing day, and we can't wait to celebrate with you guys. So lastly, I'll show you our contact page just in case you want to phone numbers and email addresses. Of course, we have live chat on the website, and you can always post on the agent group as well. So hopefully that helps you out, guys. I think I've run over slightly, but that's everything from me. Thank you very much. And I'm happy to take any questions.
Thank you, Carrie. That was great. Thanks so much for that presentation. I've seen that there's actually a question that's already come in from Sarah Watson, who's asked, what's the minimum group size for a tailor-made tour?
Oh, great question. Thanks so much, Sarah. It's actually 2. So as long as there's 2 people, then we can put together any sort of bespoke itinerary, whatever you guys want. And it can be any size. I mean, we do have small group sizes, but of course, if you've got a group of 30 or 40, we're not going to say no. So do get in touch.
Amazing. Thank you. And then, any more questions, please do fire them away and put them in the chat function there. But I had a question for you, Carrie. I wanted to ask you what your favorite tour is, actually, or the one that you want to go on the most.
Oh, that's a good question, actually. One of the last ones that I did was our Explore Jordan itinerary. I've always wanted to see the treasury at Petra, and it didn't disappoint. It was absolutely amazing. So I think I'd never been to the Middle East, so that kind of whet my appetite. And of course, we do have our brand new premium trips. So I've had Egypt on my list for a while, and now that we have 4 to 4.5 star accommodation, I'm kind of leaning towards the premium Egypt trip. I think that would be a good one.
Sounds amazing. Thank you. And you mentioned sustainable travel and how important that is to Intrepid. Do you think that's something that's becoming more important to customers, and is it informing their choice of which operator to travel with? Is that something you're noticing?
Yeah, absolutely. And we've definitely seen a huge increase in our traffic to our website. I think it is, Intrepid have always tried to lead the way with sustainability as much as we can. And one of the reasons that I've wanted to work for the company, and I've been with the company almost 3 years now and still very proud. But no, definitely, I think people really do. I mean, we saw the impact that, travel was having on the environment. And, there was lots of great things that happened once the pandemic happened, which obviously wasn't a great thing ultimately, but we could see the positive impacts that the lack of travel was having. So I think people, definitely are a lot more conscious. They want to travel with companies that are acting in a more sustainable and responsible way. And I think there's a lot of greenwashing out there at the moment as well. So you kind of do need to be, a little bit cautious about who you're looking at. And of course, having that B Corp certificate really has helped us to solidify our position in the sustainable travel market.
Excellent stuff. Thank you. And then you also mentioned that cycling and hiking trips are popular. Are there particular destinations that are proving popular for those kind of trips?
Yeah, absolutely. Everest Base Camp. Don't know what's going on, but everybody seems to want to go to Everest Base Camp at the moment. I think people have been out and they've been hiking in their local areas, so I think they fancy themselves as seasoned hikers now. But yeah, Everest Base Camp for sure. Cycle the Danube actually is another really popular one for people that want to stay closer to the home. And of course, we've got our Cycle the Peak District and Cycle the Lake District itineraries as well. There's lots of great UK trips for anybody who maybe doesn't feel comfortable traveling away from home. You can still get out and about and explore the UK and Ireland as well if you want to.
Great stuff. And you mentioned the Intrepid premium product as well. What are some of the experiences that you can kind of join there really quickly, because we're just running out of time? Sorry.
Oh yeah, no worries. Well, I mean, there's so many absolutely fantastic experiences on it. And we do actually include a feature stay on all of our trips as well. So the accommodation is a huge focus, but of course there'll be a lot of amazing experiences, things that people don't actually know to do in certain destinations. You know, they might know all the highlights, but these trips have been put together by our on-ground teams and our local leaders. So there's lots of like little hidden gems that I'm really excited to explore myself as well.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you so much, Carrie. Thanks everyone for joining.